Man claims he went to a party at Diddy's home in the Hamptons 2020. Says he was given a drink, began to fade in and out, one drink. And Diddy and his associates sodomized him and took turns.
Hold tight, everyone, because Diddy's saga just keeps getting wilder by the day. The chaos surrounding him appears to be intensifying, with the emergence of new allegations adding to the intensity. Despite the whirlwind of scandals, Diddy continues to make headlines, even from behind bars. Here's the latest. 3 new individuals have stepped forward with disturbing claims, further exposing Diddy's alleged misconduct. These new accusations pile onto the already staggering number of charges and lawsuits against him. Let's break it down. As most of you know, Diddy has been in serious legal trouble for some time now. The infamous baby oil and tape scandal, the high-profile search of his residence, and a string of lawsuits have left his reputation in tatters. To make matters worse, his request for bail was denied, leaving him stuck in prison. Sources say life behind bars hasn't been kind to Diddy. Reports reveal he was once placed on suicide watch and is reportedly losing weight and struggling with sleep. It seems the weight of his actions and the consequences is catching up to him.
Going through a lot of withdrawals, but the industry got him on. My artist, one of the worst mistakes I
Now, here's something no one, myself included, saw coming. Word on the street is that Diddy has been receiving quite a bit of attention in prison. And by attention, I mean he's reportedly adapted to his new reality in ways that have raised some serious eyebrows. Sources claim he's been receiving care from fellow inmates, and let's just say that term carries a lot of weight. Meanwhile, outside the prison walls, the lawsuits against Diddy just keep stacking up. In fact, lawyers handling these cases have admitted to turning away countless others due to the overwhelming volume of allegations. It makes you wonder how many people have been impacted by Diddy's actions, and just how far-reaching is the fallout from these alleged crimes. Let's talk about the latest accusations. The 3 new lawsuits have been filed by 3 different individuals, all adding to the growing list of cases with Diddy as the defendant. One of these lawsuits comes from a man who claims he attended a party hosted by Diddy in the Hamptons back in 2020. According to the allegations, he was handed a drink that made him feel disoriented, slipping in and out of consciousness. It was during this vulnerable state the man alleges that Diddy and his associates began assaulting him, taking turns no less. Here's the chilling part: just 1 drink. That's all it took to incapacitate a grown man. The question is, what on earth was in that drink?
Man claims he went to a party at Diddy's home in the Hamptons 2020. Says he was given a drink, began to fade in and out, one drink. And Diddy and his associates sodomized him and took turns.
Before diving any deeper, let's take a moment to acknowledge the bravery it takes for men to come forward and speak out about potential sexual assault. These are conversations men rarely have publicly, which makes these revelations even more significant. Now, on to the second lawsuit. This one comes from another individual who alleges he met Diddy at a nightclub in 2019. According to the claims, he was invited back to Diddy's residence, where he was offered a drink. Shortly after, he began to feel unwell and disoriented. What happened next is truly disturbing. The man says Diddy suggested he lie down to recover, but the situation quickly took a sinister turn. Allegedly, Diddy then told others in the room he's ready to party. The details of these accusations paint a deeply unsettling picture, raising serious questions about the abuse of power and trust in such situations.
Number 2, man says he met Diddy 2019 at a nightclub, invited back to his hotel. Diddy gave him a drink. Guy says it made him sick. Diddy told him to lie down and said to others he's ready to party. When he woke up, the man said he was lying naked on his stomach. Diddy was sodomizing him, and a man and woman were recording it. Next morning, one of Diddy's associates gave him $2,500 cash.
The man from the second lawsuit described an even more harrowing experience. He claimed that when he regained consciousness, he found himself lying naked on his stomach, with Diddy allegedly assaulting him. Even more disturbing, a man and a woman were reportedly in the room, recording the entire incident. The next morning, the man says he was handed $2,500 in cash on behalf of Diddy and sent on his way, as though nothing had happened. Take a moment to truly process how chilling and deeply wrong this entire scenario is. We already know that Diddy has a reputation for stirring up drama, but these lawsuits reveal a much darker and more troubling side to his behavior. A disturbing pattern seems to be emerging across these allegations, raising even more serious concerns. Now let's talk about the third lawsuit, filed by a man who worked for Diddy back in 2020. According to his claims, he went to Diddy's hotel room for a meeting. During the meeting, Diddy made him a drink that caused extreme drowsiness. Diddy allegedly suggested he take a nap, but when the man woke up, Diddy was assaulting him. The details only get worse. The man says that when he tried to resist, Diddy coldly told him, "I'm almost done." And if that wasn't horrifying enough, when the man later threatened to report the incident to the police, Diddy allegedly mocked him, showing a complete lack of remorse.
Man who worked for Diddy says in 2020 he went to a hotel room for a meeting. Diddy made him a drink, made him very tired. Diddy told him to take a nap. When he woke up, Diddy was sodomizing him. When he tried to resist, Diddy told him he was almost done. Afterwards, Diddy told him he was going to the police. His going to the police would make him look like an idiot because he'd never be able to substantiate his claims. He also says Diddy's entourage called and threatened him.
According to the man, Diddy allegedly told him to keep quiet, claiming the police wouldn't believe his story because he lacked evidence. To make matters worse, Diddy's entourage reportedly threatened him, pressuring him to stay silent about the incident. There's an undeniable pattern emerging here, and it's both shocking and deeply unsettling. In all of these cases, Diddy is accused of offering drinks to these men before taking advantage of them when they're most vulnerable. This isn't just messy, it's downright disturbing, and it raises an important question. Who are the associates allegedly involved in these incidents? It's clear this behavior isn't happening in isolation, and those who enable or participate in these acts need to be held accountable as well.
Typical MO at one of these parties that have been widely discussed in the press was that when you were handed a drink, and now we know that the drink is laced with something, if you refused to drink it, you were kicked out of the party. Now, let that sink in for a minute. I mean, the admission to this party was that you had to drink the chosen drink handed to you. And now we know that in most cases, I would say 90% of cases, these individuals were with some sort of
And that brings us to an unsettling question. Who were the men and women allegedly recording these incidents as they happened? Their involvement adds another disturbing layer to this already shocking story. The number of celebrities who say they were unaware is even more unbelievable. Really? With all the whispers and rumors that have circulated in Hollywood for years about Diddy's behavior allegedly involving Usher, Justin Bieber, and others, it's difficult to buy into the idea that no one knew anything. At this point, it's difficult to separate fact from fiction. But one thing is clear, these accusations are too serious to ignore, and the truth needs to come to light.
In the same bed, again, allegedly, Mr. Combs, in his mansion in Miami, her vagina and her ankle torn and sore.
As expected, Diddy's legal team is once again denying these allegations, calling them nothing but lies. They vowed to prove these claims are false and even threatened to seek sanctions against the lawyers who have filed these fictional cases. But here's the question. If Diddy is so innocent, why is he behind bars right now? I don't know, y'all. This situation is getting more complex by the day, and we're all just waiting for the feds to wrap up their investigation and see how the drama plays out. But one thing's for sure, Diddy better be ready, because 2024 will be remembered as the year his empire crumbled. The public is speaking out, and no one is holding back. Take this comment from one user who said, "A lot of people were afraid to come forward, but Cassie opened the door. Imagine a man publicly saying another man assaulted him. It sounds easy, but it's not." Another user added, "This is just the tip of the iceberg. Wait until the rest of Hollywood's sick secrets are exposed, and they will be." I'm patiently waiting for that. I want to know your thoughts on all of this. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below.